Zach Pearson of the Bears Report on with Sal. With you. With Joe Kelly. When was that?
It's on Saturday. Yeah.
Nice. Joe Kelly on Saturday. Jeremy and Joe, good morning, everybody. I just realized free agency has started. I got us this gold money gun.
Well, I mean, they haven't signed anybody that makes money.
But you want them to sign Trey Hendrickson. I want to give you the money gun. And I feel like this is where we should create the viral moment where you just shout like a shouty show. Come on, Bean, and then you shoot the money into the air, and, we've created our moment.
I mean,
make the money gun for Trey Hendrickson.
I believe it. I said it this morning. What they need to do today is sign Trey Hendrickson. It doesn't work.
The gun doesn't work. You got to point it.
Oh. Come on.
It's not
Trey Hendrickson.
It's not a great gun.
Come on. Get a pass rusher.
Just do this. Let's throw it in the air like this. We got props. Or get to clean up all these fake $1,000 bills.
I know. That's fine. I got it.
Money gun prop note. Anyway.
$30 million.
$30 million?
Yeah, why not? $30 million. Who are you bidding against? Do you just reload it by? Yeah, there we go.
See, it's not a great money gun.
No, I guess I didn't know you could shoot it up into the air.
No, you have to hold it flat because the wheels are. Anyway.
That makes sense.
All right, we'll rehearse this next time.
I had never fired it off before. So.
True.
You were the experienced money gun guy.
That's right.
That's
right. It does have a sticker on the side of it that says Billionaires Club.
It does.
It's a gold money gun. Did not.
All right, I'll fire it off again when they actually sign someone that makes more than $4 million a year. Or $7 million. What did D. Alford get? $7 million a year?
Who knows? These free agent contracts, it's tough to figure out. Who had a good day? Who had a bad day in free agency? We talked a little bit this morning. Like the only deal that I find to be like I wonder what would happen if the Bills don't trade for DJ Moore. Mike Evans got very little. Very little. 1 year, 14 is the general deal, even though it's 3 for $60.
Yeah.
And there were some big numbers floated about Evans. He left, and Tampa walked away from him on very reasonable money. So, that makes me think they're worried about his long-term health and whether or not he can still do it, but he's going to San Francisco.
Yeah, who was the number one guy for your chart yesterday that was, ooh, I would not have done that. That's way too much for that guy. Was Pierce number one on that list? You got 29 and change per year.
Yeah.
On a long-term contract.
I would just draft one rather than sign Pierce.
Other than that, I hated what the Dolphins did yesterday.
Malik Willis.
I just think you are wasting your time by signing Malik Willis to that contract. What are you trying to accomplish? You think he's going to be your quarterback for 3 years?
No, you think he might be your quarterback for 1 or 2 years, and you find out. I mean,
does what?
Maybe he's
going to win you 7 games.
Now, if he wins you 7 games, I don't think he'll think though he'll win you 7 games. I think he might win 4 games,
and then you'll replace him immediately.
Maybe, but if he looks good enough, where I don't know, like a good young friend. To me, that's it's low risk, high reward season. It's not crazy money. They have the room to do it.
Fair.
He did not get as much as people thought he would get.
But again, this is all the trap of what the Dolphins have done this twice in the last 10 years. By the way, as the Bills. From the Bills' perspective, I would love what Miami did yesterday because to me, all right, Malik Willis goes out there and looks pretty good, and they win 5 games. And they convince themselves, this guy's pretty good. We paid him. Let's keep going. And they pass on a quarterback next year in a loaded quarterback class. That would be a great result for the rest of the AFC East.
Well, there is also a chance he's actually good.
How good?
Good.
To me, it's not possible he's good enough that you should pass on that class next year if you are picking really high.
You think it's not possible?
Unless you think he's going to be a star.
But it is possible. He was a former blue-chip prospect who went late in the draft. He's seen limited action with a smart offensive mind. When he's been in there, he's been very good. Mm-hmm. There's a chance that they have something here. It costs you $45 million guaranteed to do it. So
he is just really – I mean, I guess as a passer, it looked decent with the Packers. He still is a quarterback that is built on the running, which can work. That can be fine. I guess I'd want to see him throw more than 150 passes that he's thrown in his career. A lot of those in Tennessee, the Tennessee ones did not go well. The Green Bay ones did.
The Green Bay ones did, and if you want to see him throw more than 100 passes, the coaches in Miami now, they did.
That's fair.
Right,
that's the coaching staff.
There's the familiarity point that if we're going to give the Bills credit for familiarity on DJ Moore and other players, Like, there's familiarity. They bring in a guy they see in practice all the time. They know how he works. They know, makeup, stuff like that. Yeah. Other deals that, like, could have been done for the Bills that I would have done? There's whatever. I listen to what...
not Tremaine Edmonds at $12 million a year, right?
No, probably not. Kairos Tonga of the Patriots. He left there to go to Kansas City. I know that, a couple people that I follow, like Joe Marino's high on him as an idea.
The Jets signed a bunch of middle-of-the-road defensive guys.
Old guys.
Joseph Asai, DeMario Davis. They signed a safety for $6 million.
I mean, is Boye Mafe an answer here? He goes to Cincinnati.
Did you want them to do the Jalen Phillips contract? No.
No, not
way,
really.
Right?
Not really, no.
That is such a Panthers move. That's the bubble team that thinks they need to be taken seriously and they overpay for a guy. Like, because Phillips is good, but he can't stay healthy.
Well,
and he's never had a double-digit sack season, and they paid him $120 million.
I'm back at where I was when the Colts traded for Sauce Gardner. What are they supposed to do? Not try? They have to try to win. We have to try to have a good team.
I'm not saying, okay, that's right. I just think you can't compete with them because they haven't paid anybody.
Right. Same with the Raiders. The Raiders are in a spot where they don't have a good team, they don't have good players, so they can afford to buy a bunch of good players like Tyler Linderbaum. And the Bills are in the market for value right here. And the only player that would not be value that'd be top of a free agent list is probably like Hendrickson, right? Mm-hmm. Would they want to go after Hendrickson? I certainly wouldn't rule it out. Can they ultimately get there? The two positions we were going to talk about the most the entire offseason where they needed upgrades, they not only need upgrades, they probably need a pipeline, were receiver and edge rusher.
Yep.
And at receiver, they have added their proven guy for a premium position, whatever, pick. They trade a second for DJ Moore. That guy's on the team, and he's a big part of their offense. They could have done that for defensive end too, right? Do they want to get the same kind of idea? A veteran that we plug in, and that's our guy. Max Crosby, you couldn't have done that. If you think about it really, what if you'd offered 2 first-round picks? The Ravens' 2 firsts are better. They draft 14th this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills might have been willing to offer 2 firsts for Max Crosby, but the Raiders would say, like, yours is 26th and the Ravens is 14th. Like, see you later. We need more. And then maybe the Bills get talked out of that. Like, what are they going to do at edge? What's the idea here? Is it Hendrickson, who's a situational pass rusher who does get to the quarterback? It could be. It wouldn't shock me, but I don't know what the other options are. Clavon Chason or of New England, who had a good year off of like a 1-year kind of tryout deal.
Yep.
I pointed out in CBS Sports, ranking the top defensive edge rushers left, Hendrickson is the top, and the next one is Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
And then Vaughn.
I was reading more about Hendrickson in the last hour about because he is situational to a point. I mean, he played more snaps last year than like any Bills defensive end has played other than 1 year of Greg Rousseau in the last 7 years. That's how McDermott did it. But part of, I guess, what Hendrickson, when he will come off the field is when the other team is up in the game. And it's, okay, they're going to run it every play. And then because he's a little bit lacking as a run defender, he'll come off in those situations. How often are the Bills in those situations? How often are they down big and the other team's trying to run the clock out so he comes off the field? Like,
not much.
I think he would play a lot. And I think he's a good enough player all the way around that you would see him play 65, 70% of the snaps easily, which, again, is a lot for the Bills. Maybe not for Leonard, but it has been on this team.
Well, I also wonder what they look at in terms of...
And what do you want? Do you care a lot about that part of it, or do you care about the part that Bean's been saying every time he talks into a microphone for 5 years, which he's trying to get Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow on the ground? Because that's what this guy is elite at.
Right, that's what I'm going for. Like, am I really worried about stopping the run in the AFC Championship game, or am I worried about getting Joe Burrow on the ground?
Right.
Like, I need what the Bills have kind of been in the market for lately is closers, and that's kind of how I've treated the DJ Moore thing. Like, he's not a true top 10 receiver in the league or top 20 receiver in the league. I think that's probably correct, but I don't need him to put up statistical numbers that do that. I need him to help them close a game, which is what they needed to do in Denver. Whether you want the offense to do it or the defense to do it, this team has not closed games that we feel like they are every bit worthy of winning. And who's the edge rusher that's going to give you that? Is it going to be,
right? Like, is there another guy other than Hendrickson that feels like is available right now that would answer that question?
Von Miller.
And that's going to be a tough sell.
I don't know if it's going to be Von, but Von is...
It's going to be a tough sell.
Maybe. Would he fit in a Jim Leonard defense in a different way that he would in a Sean McDermott defense? Just it feels like everything is back on the table because of how they shift. And could they think they have like a specialized pass rush package? If you called Von and he wants one more year, he was good in his last year here in terms of pass rush win rate. Then he went to Washington and had more sacks than Bosa, which is not to me surprising at all that Von was productive for Washington. If he wants to try and win again, I mean, I don't have any doubt that they could probably get him back. I don't know how cheap it would be. And you call Von's agent, you say, like, well, what do we think? You want to come back here 1 year? I don't even want to throw the number out here because I have no idea what it would be.
For Von?
I'm bad at this, yeah.
$6 million?
Does he play? He signed a 1 year, $6 million deal with Washington.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, $6 million. 1 year.
Do it again, but here.
His market value spot track is 1 year, 5.8. You're going to do a 1 year, $5 million deal with a void year and say, Von, you're a specialist for us. Like, are you telling me there's better ideas? I know. I'm just trying to find the closer. Is there a closer they want?
I don't think that answer is legit. I don't think that a good answer to that question is out there other than Hendrickson. Anybody else that I've seen, especially now that Boye Mafe's off the board, and I mean, maybe there would be a couple other guys that you could sell me on for this, but I think it'd be a tough sell other than Hendrickson. Yeah. Hendrickson is a definitive answer. That's the guy for this.
Right, he's the number two free agent on the market behind like Linderbaum.
He missed half of last year due to injury. In his last 2.5 seasons, he has 39 sacks. Do you know how many the most any Bill had in the 8 years under Sean McDermott? Who had the most sacks and what the number is? Hendrickson did 39.5 in 2.5. Rousseau leads the way for the Bills in the last 8 years with 32. Hendrickson did that in 2.5 seasons, where he missed half of it. So I just think he is a player that is on another level than any pass rusher they had other than the first half that they had with Von before he got injured. Von was probably on his way to being the level of player that Hendrickson would be if you brought him in today.
I'm looking at Hendrickson's pass rush win rate from 2024 because I don't know if he made the list in 2025 due to the injuries. And, of course, like maybe he was 1 foot out the door. In 2024, he was 10th in pass rush win rate, ahead of Max Crosby.
Yep.
Ahead of a lot of really good players. Because I would wonder about Hendrickson, like, are his sack numbers inflated because when you play in Cincinnati, you're in nonstop shootouts? Your defense is a mess. Your offense is a wagon. Every game is 42-37, and yes, you got a sack and a half, but there were 70 dropbacks. But no, that's not it. His pass rush win rate 2 years ago was 10th in the league. So
it's good.
It's good. It's good. We talked to Sal at 7 o'clock about how they're going to get the quarterback, and he believes the design of the defense will do some work there. They've signed D. Alford, who it was revealed in 2017 tweeted that he wanted some buffalo wings. So
is that true?
9 years later, he's going to get some. Yes. He's already tweeted a bunch of stuff about the Bills. He seems to be very excited. So D. Alford signs, and maybe some more movement today.